I want color like I see people getting in DaVinci, but what does it have that I'm missing? Because if you've ever graded on Final Cut and wondered, why does it feel off? Or why does it feel like I'm fighting with my footage? As it turns out, it's not your fault. It boils down to 3 words: color managed pipeline. Now, I love Final Cut. I've been on it since version 6. It's fast, it's easy, it cuts everything I throw at it. But I've always wondered, what if I could have the same pipeline Hollywood uses without having to leave Final Cut? Because what DaVinci has is the color space transform and ACES, an open standard built by the Academy to manage color from start to finish. In Final Cut, most people end up reaching for LUTs. And look, LUTs aren't bad. If they work, they work. But there's a lot of confusion about where they go, which ones to use, and how to grade log without losing anything. In a color managed pipeline, you don't have to guess. You choose your camera, you work in one consistent color space, and the tools respond very film-like. That's why I think a lot of people are switching to DaVinci just for color. So the real question is, can that kind of pipeline live inside Final Cut and actually be easy to use? We wanted to find out, so we've been working on something that you'll be able to try yourself. Let me show you. You start first by grabbing the base correction and dropping it onto a clip. Then under this dropdown, you choose the input color profile for your camera. This was shot on Sony in S-Log3, so I'll choose that, and boom. Now there's a lot happening under the hood here, which we'll unpack in a second, but just look at this. I mean, look at the skin tones. Look at how rich and creamy they are. Look at how inky the shadows are. Very filmic. And here's the thing, this is not a LUT. This is a real color space transform, the same thing DaVinci is doing. We're using ACES 2 color science built in Hollywood here inside of Final Cut. Just choose your camera and get these results in just a few clicks. Now, if you're wondering what these numbers are, these are different film emulations you can apply mapped to your specific camera. You can turn this on or off or adjust the mix to your footage. Now, everything below this is working in a log color space, which is why we have the tools here so you can stay inside the same color managed pipeline. If you go outside of this by adding other color tools, you're back to grading in a smaller space. And if you're not careful, you could be throwing information away. Think of it like a raw photo versus a JPEG. In here, you have all the information to work with. And look at how it responds. Very smooth, very film-like. This is what people notice the first time they grade in Resolve in a color managed pipeline. Now, I know what you might be thinking. This looks powerful, but is it complicated? Is this something new I'm going to have to learn? Well, it's honestly easier and faster than what you're already using. Let me show you. Without touching a slider, I just press E for exposure, and I can grade right on the image. Isn't that crazy? I then just press T for temperature and drag up to warm it up, or down to cool it down. What's great is there's no menus to dig through, there's no endless sliders, and everything you need is in here arranged top to bottom in the order to use them in. Okay? But here's the part that actually blows my mind, because you're not limited to just making global adjustments. Watch this. Going back to the exposure, I'll hold down the Option key, and now I can click and pull up or down on the shadows, or click on the skin and adjust the midtones. In the color wheels further down, if I press W for wheel, I can click directly on the image, and I get a color wheel based on where I'm clicking. I can grade the shadows, the midtones, and the highlights all in the viewer. And my favorite is the HSL tool, where I can literally click and change the color of certain hues. Grading this way, I'm never splitting my focus between the panel and the image, and I'm able to grade where I'm looking. You can even make this full screen and use the hotkeys to switch tools. And I can shape the shot visually. Instead of pushing sliders, it feels more like painting, and it's so much fun. You have to try it out. Now, here's something that nobody is talking about. How do you know when you're done or if the exposure is right? What if your skin tones are off? Most people just eyeball it or try to guess in the scopes. But check this out. I'm going to turn on the false color. You've probably seen this on some onset monitors. And instead of guessing, you can adjust the exposure until the skin lands in the gray, green, and pink areas. And for accurate skin, I'll turn on the skin tone indicator and adjust the tint until the skin mostly shows as yellow, with maybe a little bit of magenta. And that's it. The overlays tell you where you are and guide you on what to do. All right, here's a moment of truth. I'll press B for bypass, or you can think of it as the before, and it looks absolutely incredible. all here in Final Cut. But this is only one shot. What about a scene, and what do we do when we have different cameras? Watch this. I'll copy this grade to the others, and for cameras with different color spaces, I'll simply change the input color profile to match with the camera. Some of these are shot on red, others on Panasonic, but they all get mapped into the same working color space and everything behaves and the tools respond in the same way. I then just have to match the exposure and color temperature for each shot. This is why a color match pipeline is important, because it makes matching so much easier when you're working from the same color space. And now we have a matched sequence. But why stop here? Because we still have the final grading effect. So let me show you what this is and how you can use it to add a finished film look to set your work apart. I'll add an adjustment clip above and apply the final grading effect. Our base correction is on the bottom where we have our corrected and matched clips, and the final grading effect on top for the final look. Any changes we make here will be applied to all the clips underneath. Inside the final grading, there are different looks we can apply, but what separates this from the other creative LUT tools is the mix is separated into separate controls for luma and color, allowing you to really fine-tune the look. There, I think that looks good with the fashion look. Now, there's some deeper stuff in here for fall off and density. That's a topic for a whole other video, but this subtractive quality is what makes film look so much better than digital. All right, I'll switch on the bloom and look at the diffusion this is adding to the sky. Then there's halation, which when we turn on, it adds this nice subtle glow to high contrast edges. And then we'll add some film grain, and that gives us some texture so it's not so sharp and clinical. Now take a look at that. And we're getting real-time playback without rendering. Now, of course, this will depend on which Apple Silicon you're on or what your project resolution or codec is. But even with background rendering, this works super fast and the results are incredible. So to the question, can a real color managed pipeline live inside Final Cut and be easy? Well, you've just seen that here. A real pipeline built on ACES, the same color science that pros are using, and we never left Final Cut. And the best part? You can try it right now for free on your own footage. Just head over to CineDream.io, enter your email address, and we'll send you the download link. Once installed, drop a note in a clip that you're struggling with, choose your camera, and watch what happens. There's also the full editor that launches into its own optimized interface, but you have these here so you can stay natively in Final Cut the way you're used to working. Now, this is a demo, so there is a small watermark until you license it. But I'd really love for you to put it through its paces and tell me what you think. If you have any questions at all, or you'd like to know if your camera is supported, just leave me a comment. I'm really excited to see what your footage looks like coming out of this, so I hope that you'll share it with me. Thank you for watching. Go give it a try. Oh, and one more thing. If you're still here, I have a bonus for you. I want to show you how I actually use CineDream on a daily basis to level up my work. After I apply an input color profile, I immediately switch on the false color and get the skin in the gray, green, and pink area. Now, of course, this is going to depend on context, but that's usually what I'm aiming for. Then I'll press the auto white balance button, fine tune the temp. I'm just doing this by eye. But then I'll turn on the skin tone indicator pressing Z and adjust the tint until my skin mostly lands on yellow. Following this simple workflow will solve 90% of the problems you'll encounter. So if that's helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more color grading content. Thank you for watching. Again, over and out.